Butterbrickle had nothing but kind words to say about the outgoing Tito Francona. Outgoing, of course, as the skipper for the Guardians, but also just an outgoing guy. You often wonder if these coaches of the major franchises like go out and have a couple of pops. You think they trade notes? Managerial styles? You think they have dinner together like Bickerstaff and Francona and who's the other guy? Stefanski, the coach of the Monsters. These guys all get out there. You think they all go have dinner?
I don't think they're including the Monsters guy.
Why?
That's minor league.
It's our fourth major team. It's still major hockey. It's not NHL, but it's.
But I'm saying, like, I think they're looking down at them like.
You think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's aspirational.
I think they're having their ladies' lunch, and then they're like, no, you got to earn it. You got to, like Tito worked his way up. That's what he's saying. Like, you'll get a seat at the table eventually, but you're not there yet.
Do you know who the coach of the Cleveland Monsters is?
Is it Gully Flitzowicz?
No, it's close. No. Nope.
Who is it?
Trent Vogelhuber. He's the seventh coach in Monsters franchise history. As of last June, he's from Dublin, Ohio. And of course, the Monsters are a Blue Jackets franchise. So he was appointed to be the coach of the Monsters. So Trent Vogelhuber is a guy who played for them when they were the Lake Erie Monsters. But he's the head coach of the Cleveland Monsters. So imagine this round table of Major League Sports whiz kids. You got Stefanski. You got KT Butterbrickle.
Real whiz kid putting up 3 yesterday.
Well, that's nevertheless, I'm just saying he's putting out his zaddy energy at the dinner table there. You know, let's say these guys all get together across the street here at the Marble Room. So you've got Terry Francona, storied baseball skipper, right? Mm-hmm. You've got Kevin Stefanski, who's still trying to build something. You've got KT Butterbrickle, who's doing pretty well with the Cavaliers.
Jamie Bickerstaff.
And then you've got Trent Vogelhuber. Now, he's going to be the youngest guy at the table, I imagine. He's 35. He's on the come up. You know, that's a gig where you try to work your way into an NHL coaching gig. And, but who knows? You don't think these guys are breaking bread together? They're not sitting down and getting a black and blue steak?
They might. I don't know. Again, I just don't think Kurt's invited to the party. If they
Interesting.
Because I think it's for the big time. And he's not in the big time yet.
So he's got to earn his spot at that table.
Right.
I see. All right, well, what are you going to do? J.B. Bickerstaff says he's planning for a more dynamic Cavaliers team in this upcoming season.
Good.
Now, if...
Why didn't you think of that when you first started coaching, stupid? We just want to be real basic.
We wanted to ramp up. This time, though, I mean, you got to say something, right?
I know. It's
when they do media day or whatever, I just can't imagine. And again, these people are highly paid. That's got nothing to do with it. Some people's answer to everything is like, oh, I make a lot of money. But to have to sit there and make up stuff.
Well, it's one of the things, too, where...
Oh, we're going to really get our
game,
work, you know.
Like today was media day for the Cavs. So there's a bunch of interviews with the players, and they're all saying, yeah, we're working hard.
Yeah.
This is the season. We're going to put it all together.
Yep.
Wow. It's all the same stuff. Yesterday, I caught a little bit of Myles Garrett talking after the game. After he played a full football game, and they're like, what can you do? Like, what happened today? He's like, and you can tell the guy's just gassed. He's exhausted. I don't know why we need these interviews after games with players and coaches. There's nothing that ever comes from them that is insightful that we don't already know from the game.
No, they're hoping to get a clip of a guy freaking out.
Well, then
after a game.
Right, but
It's everything else. If you're a
but
sport,
everybody knows that now, so they keep everything real tight.
no, there's been a couple of freakouts over the past, maybe not locally, but the past.
Yeah, like you got like one a season.
Yeah, well,
Someone like
that's all they
freaking
need.
out.
Yeah.
It's just those post game interviews are just stuff.
And there's no Lee Elia clips anymore, but I mean,
No.
but yeah, I don't know. The sports reporters, they know all the bobbing and weaving these guys have to do. You never want to be the player that gets the tap on the shoulder and goes, go out there and talk to the reporters.
Well, some of them,
God.
yeah. I mean, like the captains and the star players all have to go out and do that. And all the media personnel, they got to get out there, or like the coaches for media day, they got to talk to everybody.
Yeah, I know.
And they go, yeah, they're working hard.
But nobody loves to do it.
I know.
They're not like, man, next week's media day.
That's why I appreciate Jimmy Butler going out there and having fun with it, doing the stupid hair stuff. It's nice. I hope next year he does a bowl cut.
I'll give him some tips.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Al. Hate the show.
Thank you.
Hi, Bill from Lakewood.
Hey, Bill.
Oh, it's Bill from Lakewood. Yeah.
Hey, Bill,
Hi.
also from Lakewood.
I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. Bill from Lakewood.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Bill from Lakewood.
Hi, Bill from Lakewood.
Can you imagine me, Alan, and Bill sitting at the table with Francona and all these major league head coaches? These guys literally hate each other and think they're the smartest guy in the room. You have to be a NFL coach or whatever.
Well, you got to maybe not though, Bill. I mean, why would they hate each other?
Because
they're not competitors.
It's such a egotistical, Stefanski. No one tells me I run my own plays. Bill knows that. How bad he coached yesterday. You can't tell him that. But
I would tell him.
I
would tell him.
Yeah, but I think these guys. I mean, I would hope. Maybe it's naive, but I would hope that. I mean, there's a lot of people on a staff for a team. I would hope that you would surround yourself with good people, and I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, sports is such a multi-billion-dollar industry, and you're in charge of the whole thing. So very egotistical. But my favorite head coach was, funny you mentioned this, the Blue Jackets hockey coach. NFL and HL. He only lasted 2 months recently. Do you know why?
Oh yeah, I remember that he resigned because I don't remember what it was.
He was going through the players' phones.
Oh, that's right.
Mike Babcock. Yeah.
He was. He was trying to look for their nudes
What?
that they're getting from girls. Yeah.
I'm telling you, these coaches are taking it way too far. So 2 months. That's the shortest I ever
Well, that
remember.
was a boneheaded move, but it didn't sound nefarious. It sounded like a dude that had a weird idea. He's like, I want to get to know you guys better, so show me the pictures in your phone. That's just a weird move, but it didn't sound like something where the guy was being creepy, or I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I thought the idea, was insinuated was, hey, who you hooking up with? Let me see the pictures of them. That kind of thing. That's what I was taking away from it.
I just think they want to control the players 24/7 and, make sure they're whatever they're doing. So it was that's one of the most bizarre head coach resignings I've ever heard of.
Yeah, especially when you go, he used to coach the Maple Leafs, right?
Yeah.
Like you go from Toronto to Columbus and you're like, oh, all right, we'll do our thing here for a while. And then nope.
Like 2 months you have to resign. They should put me as head coach of the Browns. Hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill from Lakewood is your new coach.
Dude, we can be co-coaches. The Bills from Lakewood.
There you go.
Yeah, right. Hell, Bill, you can run the team. I'll be assistant Bill from Lakewood.
All right. We'll take turns. We'll take you. 1 week you'll be the coach and I'll be the assistant, and then the next week we'll switch it up. That way they can't stay mad at us. They don't know which Bill to be mad at.
Right. And then at halftime, you could have a Bill Squire comedy show to entertain them.
There you go.
Hey, guys, you guys know you should play better. I got to go do 10 minutes real quick. I got to do a quick 10 minutes clean because there's families here.
Yeah, Bill from Lakewood will take over here. I got to go out there.
We know that an NFL event is a family event unless you pay attention to what's happening in the stands.
And there you go.
Bill and Al, Bill, Al, and Bill from Lakewood, we've solved the problem with the Browns. So that's it. Great Monday, guys.
All
we
right.
have done it.
Thank you. Thank you, pal. There's Bill in Lakewood calling to talk to Bill from Lakewood.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game yesterday. I was at that play, but just checked the score when I got out, and I was like, oof, because I knew that Watson wasn't playing.
And by the way, it is important to point out that the Lake Erie Monsters, or the Cleveland Monsters, did win the championship, I think, before any other team here did. They won the Calder Cup before the Cavaliers won the NBA championship.
But wasn't Stipe first? Stipe, then the Monsters?
Well, I'm talking about team sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think you're right.
I thought you were just talking about Cleveland championship.
No. I mean team sports.
Yeah, they did win first, and then the Cavs, and then that's it.
I mean, there's a reason that people...
And almost the Indians.
I know. That year was crazy, and I was living... well, according to you guys, I was downtown, even though it was Prospect Avenue East.
East Side.
That was the one time I was...
Yeah, we always say it's East Side.
But it is East 30th downtown.
Yeah, East Side.
Okay. Well... It was the one time where I was so secure. I'm like, I can walk outside right now and I'm not going to get shot because everyone was shooting off fireworks and they weren't gunshots. So it was cool. Like it was crazy.
You won't have to throw hands, is what you're trying to say.
He didn't want to throw hands.
You don't want to throw hands on Prospect Avenue.
No, there's times he wanted to throw hands. That wasn't one of them.
I haven't yoked up a bitch in over a year.
Yoked up a bitch.
Who'd you yoke up?
Yeah, tell me the last bitch you yoked up.
It was in a bar, and they were talking crazy to my friend.
They were talking wreck?
They were talking wreck to my friend.
And you yoked them up?
I just said, hey, man.
It means that he
you put hands on somebody?
No, he threw an egg at him.
I said, you're not that guy, dude. You're not that guy. And then we walked out.
Wow.
I just had to, I did the little.
Did you give him your butch voice?
No, because the other guy was gay. That's so funny.
No, he had to put on his queen voice.
Was it going to be gay on gay crime?
Well, yeah, because that's the only way I could get away with it. Because I would feel bad for hitting a straight guy because if he hit me back, then I have to snitch and get him for hate crime.
Snitch? So, you'd feel bad for him? If you really felt bad, you wouldn't report him.
But
what do you mean you felt? I felt bad for what I had to do to this guy.
It depends on how bad he beats me. if he punched me, I'm like, all right, you got one, you got one.
Yeah, but that's the perfect time to use your superpower and turn him. Right there.
Turn him?
Yes. You're always bragging about turning these straight boys.
Yeah.
And if a guy's going to throw a punch, you go,
like
tell you
wrestling and piggybacks the gateway to the gateway to gay?
Hey, don't beat me up. Just here's my address.
The next time you want to hit me, it better be in bed, bitch.
Or whatever.
No.
Let's hit it and quit it.
Let's wrestle Greek style.
You should know me by now that turning straight guys would be a lot of effort. The guys that I want guys half turned. Like I want them to have the.
He doesn't want to work, man.
I want the little seed in their mind, like, oh, this could be a thing. Let me hit them up. Like they have to have the idea already planted. I'm not in the business of brainwashing people.
I don't think it's brainwashing.
Yeah, they don't need a lot of pushing in that direction. They're not halfway there. They're 3/4 of the way there by the time they get to you.
That's what I'm saying.
Even better for you.
I don't think I've ever had a guy that was 100% heterosexual, and then one night after they just had that Bud Light, they're like, you know what, man, Poundcake.
Bud Light.
Or whatever. In college, it was Pabst Blue Ribbon. Like that's what they had. So one more Blue Ribbon, and they're like. Man.
Poundcake's looking good.
Yeah, he's looking scrumptious.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Yeah. If only Ice-T had been there on campus to set everybody straight.
Yay!
I don't know about straight.
Alan and Company. It's Kyle, your bureau chief from Grinnell, Iowa. Yeah, I'm calling because I need you to update my status as I am now in St. Louis, Missouri. So if I could get some stickers, that would be really cool because the other ones washed off of my car in the Iowa weather. But I am now in St. Louis, Missouri. I hate the show. Later.
Well, how about that? I love when people update me on their moves. And you don't have to, but I certainly do appreciate it.
It's appreciated.
If you listen to us on iHeartRadio, you can do, and you have to move. Either because you want to or because you have to. Kyle was listening in Grinnell, Iowa, and he goes, hey, moving to the loo. Send me some stickers, and I'm happy to do that. You can always email me for that stuff. Just Alan at AlanCoxShow.com. Very simple. I'm always sending stickers out to people. But there's Kyle. Although, if you do move, I'm nosy. I always like a couple of details, too. We go, hey, I got kicked out of Grinnell, Iowa. I mean, that's a college town, so maybe he's just moving on. And St. Louis is a fine community. Gets slagged a lot because there's crime, because it's in Missouri. But I like St. Louis. I've got some food news here for you. Specifically out of Oklahoma City, where they determined that a python was loose in a mobile home park. And that is why all of their cats were missing. Can you give me camera 6?
Yes, sir.
More tonight on the problematic python slithering.
Not working?
No. What? It was. I thought it was working earlier.
I can do it over here.
Wait.
No, it's not going to work if you drag it over.
Oh, yeah?
The delay.
Well, I'll play the audio.
Yeah,
this
audio
is from a KFOR in Oklahoma City.
In a South OKC mobile home park. It's actually 13 feet long and has been there since June, eating cats. A snake was captured on camera in Burntwood last week. It was 6 feet long in June. Now it's 13 feet long.
Jesus.
The park, located right next to Bryant Elementary
I wanted
School.
to show it to you because there's a picture of the python, too, up against this fence, and it just looks positively terrifying.
When you said the python was going after cats, I immediately thought, I'm like, it's not eating them. Maybe it's just cold. You know why?
Why?
Because it's bald.
Hey,
What?
to the people or the person that was like, I wish Poundcake was part of the show more. He's too busy answering phones to talk enough. There you go. There's Poundcake.
Your
chiming in.
wish is my
The
mild suggestion.
The snake is cold because it's bald.
Now it's 13 feet long. The park, located right next to Bryant Elementary School. No gates stopping it from slithering over there. I spoke with Trevor of Redbeard Wildlife, hired to get that snake out. Trevor says it's been surviving under one of the homes. It just so happens half the cats in the neighborhood are missing.
You're going to be able to put quite the size of animal in this. So possums, rabbits, like you said, that trailer park specifically, they were complaining about, all the cats coming up missing. When you've had an animal that large, and I can imagine a cat put up one nasty fight. So when it's been attacked that many times to that extent, it's not the nice non-aggressive pet snake is gone.
Because it's so big, they can't just pick it up and take it. He set up a trap with a 24-hour live feed of the snake. He says as soon as it heads out and gets caught, he'll let us know.
Oh, my God. Imagine that. People in those mobile home parks, they're wilding. Imagine you live in this cracker box, and who knows how many people live there. There's families in there. You're just on top of each other, and then you go, we need a giant snake. And then it gets out. Clearly nobody's
always get out.
Well, nobody's looking for it. I mean,
There was like a TikTok video, and I don't know if it was a python or if it was just like a anaconda, but it was in like India or something. And it's just a part of everyday life there. They just have a big snake just going up in the trees, and they're looking at it. Oh, so cool. I'm like, that is a killing machine, and all the muscles in that snake.
Was that the one that was a fake snake?
No.
Okay, because there's one video where there's a snake wrapped around a truck, and people were acting like it was a real, but then they like panned around to the front of it, and it's very obviously a fake.
right.
Like,
Yeah, but
prop
also,
snake.
like, I take your point, Cody, but they're indigenous to India.
I understand,
Right?
but
They're not
like-
indigenous to Oklahoma City.
My mom,
You got to have some dummy in a trailer park going, I need a python.
I used to call them bald pythons, but I didn't realize it was because they were, all snakes are bald, but I thought it was particular. But I didn't realize it was bald python until I saw one. My mom used to date a guy.
You thought it was bald python, not ball python.
Correct.
Yeah.
But my mom used to date a guy that had a python, and I was so fascinated. And I had hamsters as pets, and I had like other furry animals, but I was obsessed with seeing it eat. My mom would not let me watch the snake eat the hamster because she thought, I don't know, it might turn me into a serial killer or something. But I was like, oh my God,
You're gonna get into sounding.
I was like, can I watch it, please? Oh God. I was like, can I watch it?
His mom got really mad when the guy described himself as a herpetologist. She ran away and drove off. Not dating you.
Can I watch the bald python just take all the hair off that hamster? She's like, and so she only let me watch the aftermath of like the little.
Can't watch it eat. You can watch it poop.
Well,
It comes out exactly the same way, pretty much.
She would let me see the ball of the hamster inside, or the mouse inside of its body.
Yeah.
And I was so fascinated. I was like, oh my gosh, you can see that. I was like, that's like me after Taco Bell. I made that joke as a kid.
Listen, it worked then. Yeah, work now. Hey, I got tickets for you to check out Bullet for My Valentine. They got a new album out. They got a tour coming. It's going to bring them to the world-famous Agora. When? Oh, October the 18th. It's not far off. A couple of weeks away. And we got a VIP package for you if you want to get over to WMMS.com. Another shot at $1,000. We're back giving you money from the Buzzard bookie. So 4:30 is going to be that next keyword.